If you loved the show Mad Men, you are going to be in love with this house. It's going to be a step back in time, but every single thing is brand new. Let's take a look. This home in South Bozeman was built in 1975, but it has seen a complete renovation. New furnace, new water heater, new electrical, new lines, everything that you can think of has been redone in this home. But when you walk in, you feel like it was brand new in 1975 in the very best way possible. I am such a new construction girl. My dad's a builder. I've always loved being in and around new construction, but I'm pretty in love with this house, I must say. So you can see from the front here, you have a really good sized front yard. You are right across the street from an LDS church, so it is going to be very, very quiet most of the week. There's really not a lot of traffic on this neighborhood, on this street in this neighborhood at all. You do have South 3rd over this way, which is the main road closest to you. That is a very well-traveled road, so you are going to hear traffic throughout the day, but luckily, once you turn off of that street, it gets much quieter. You can see a 2-car garage. There is a man door, and then there is not a man door from the garage to the backyard, but there are a few different ways to get to the backyard, which we'll see here later on. But just wanted to show you the side. There's a pad on this side, and then you can see some of the backyard there. It is fenced in the back, not fully fenced. The front of the backyard, kind of confusing way of saying it, is open, so you could fully enclose that if you wanted to. And then a little thing you would not notice from the driveway is the fully finished basement has a door to the exterior and some stairs. So if you have grown kids who want some space, you have in-laws or grandparents or anybody who is going to be maybe living with you but wants to have a little bit more privacy, come and go as they please, you could absolutely make that happen with this home. You can see the door there, and then I'll show you what it looks like inside. It'd be very easy to kind of create a path that comes through here and goes to the street or to the driveway, but it is a full finished basement. This is a very large home. I was turning on all the lights and felt like I'd seen the whole thing, and then realized I never went to the basement. So you can see lots of mature landscaping here. The outside makes me feel like I'm visiting my grandparents, but that is such a happy feeling for me, personally. Just the foliage and everything feels like we're transported back. Alright, so like I said, every single thing in this house is new. New floors, new light fixtures, not new fireplace, I should say that. And it is 2 sides to this fireplace. Let me take off my shoes here. Oh, really quickly. There is a little closet in the entryway, coat closet. And then off of your entry here, you open up into a sitting area or living room. There's 2 kind of living room spaces, so pick what works best for you, but I love how they've included these little details in the renovation as well. So everything feels like it's brand new from 1975, but see this stuff. Big windows out the front here. Lots of light. In your dining space, you can see this easily fits a table with 6 chairs. You have stairs to the basement, and then it opens up to the kitchen. And you have your second living room space. I really like this layout. I think it's super functional, especially if you like to entertain. I'm pretty smitten with this house. It's not my typical style at all, but I just think it's so cute. Cabinets in the kitchen are a very deep green, and you can see the detail of the hardware that they chose. Refrigerator and stove are the same for now, and they complement it really well. You have your pantry. Like a pink backsplash. Very like vintage rose color. Floating shelves. And then these green flower pendants are really cool as well. White quartz counters. There is some veining in them. It's not pure white, but I think it looks great. And then your pantry. And then from here, you have the garage entry, and there's actually 2 points for the garage. So I'll show you kind of how that works. So it's a 2-car garage. It's not super deep, so if you have a truck, you have to measure, but I don't think you will fit it in here. However, there are 2 points to get into the home. So you have that staircase that they built that takes you directly into the laundry room. I'll show you that in a second. And then you have this entryway here. And right across from it is the door to the backyard. You could add coat hooks or things of that nature on this wall, but you could also do that in this hallway, because this is your door to the garage that I showed you with the new stairs, and it opens up into the laundry room, which has this large counter. More counter space over here on top of the washer and dryer. So it depends on how you want to use this. How do you want it to function? Do you want to create like a true mudroom? You could do something in here. You could add hooks to either of these walls, or you could put some over here. You couldn't really put a bench, at least not a built-in one, just because it could possibly impede the door. But there's options. And then you have a powder bathroom here as well, which is easy to access, but not right in the middle of all the action. This snake wallpaper. And then you have that door I just showed you to the outside, but you also have this one as well. There's lots of big windows in this house. So this opens up to a little wooden platform, as you can see. And then that goes to the concrete patio. Really large backyard, mature trees as you can see. Lots of shade. It's about 1:15 p.m. so that kind of gives you an idea, kind of the middle of the day when the sun is pretty high in the sky, how much shade you have in the backyard. Looks like a fruit tree in the back corner over there. So you have quite a mix. Okay. Check out the bedrooms. So 2 wood-burning fireplaces upstairs. Hall closet. We're just on the other side of the entry now. I didn't show that to you. So if we back up, front door, This wing of the house is 3 bedrooms. You have the guest bath here at the end. And I love this floor. And the vanity is very cool as well. Single vanity. Tiled shower. And then we do have a little closet in here. Okay, moving on. This is your primary suite. Really large room. Funky wallpaper. And you can see the light fixtures matching as well. This is a king size bed, definitely. So you really have a lot of space in here. And then over here you have your primary bath. Does not have a tub in this one. It's a shower stall. And then whoa, got a little aggressive there. Single vanity in here as well. Not the same as the others, but very similar. And then something that I passed on the way in here is the walk-in closet. This mirror, by the way, is very wide, so you could easily make this a sitting area if you wanted your bed to stay in the same spot, or put a big dresser. There's lots of options. Walk-in closet for the primary suite. And then across the hall are 2 more bedrooms. First one is I think it's a little bit smaller than the other. And I really like the light fixture in here. It's like a very pale seafoam green. I'll show you the closet in here too. Now they definitely replaced so many different things, but I will say it looks like most, if not all, of the windows are original. Check out the basement. So the basement is not quite the full length of the house. It doesn't go under the garage, but it's still pretty massive. LVP floors down here. They are cooler, so I would assume that they are right on the concrete. But this is a very large space. This couch is probably the same size as the couch upstairs. So you have a bedroom right here, and it has this cool texture wall. That's a queen size bed for reference. Window wells, and then I'll show you really quick. There is a ladder. And then you do have a closet over here. Standard size. And it is pretty long, so you can fit a desk over here as well. And then over here is just an extra room. Maybe a workout room. Storage, who knows? I have no idea if this bad boy still works. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. It's super clean. It's pretty neat, even if it doesn't still work, but I bet you make things happen. Probably hasn't been used in quite some time, but they cleaned it up. I did not notice this before when I was over here. Stained glass. And your water heater and your furnace are in here. It's a huge water heater, so that's great. It is a 5-bedroom home, so you definitely want that. And then your furnace. Oh yeah, you can see right here, concrete, and then the LVP, so it is right on the concrete. And then you have your 4th bedroom. It does have a small window there, and then you see that one is above ground. And this closet is very similar in size to the other one. Moving along, we have another bathroom right beneath the one upstairs. This one is dual vanity. The lighting theme carries through, but this one has a shower stall as opposed to a tub. It does have tiles surrounding the fiberglass. And then you have your 5th bedroom. This is a good size room too. I believe this is a king size bed, so you can see lots of room. Another thing, which I actually really like this feature, it's a small detail. This is a really deep shelf. You can see with my hand here how wide it is. I have small hands, but still, that's really deep shelf. So I think that's helpful for storage or a lamp. This one also has that same size window well here, and then that one is above grade. And then again, similar size, just the closet system is built a little differently. And then if you take a left, right here, you're to that door that I showed you in the beginning that goes to the outside. Concrete wall, steps, and the road is that way. And your backyard is that way. Very cool house. So what was your favorite part about this house? I'm having a hard time narrowing it down to one thing, but I would love to hear what your favorite was in the comments. And thanks for following, and subscribe for more property tours of Bozeman.